After 1,624 long days of little to no info, Baby Keem finally released his long-awaited album, Casino, today. I'm gonna break down the 11 tracks song by song and talk about my thoughts on the project as a whole. The tracklist starts us off with an angelic, heartwarming sample that features a calm, effective flow with hard-hitting lyrics from Keem, just venting about his recent life and how this album is a big jump for him and his whole life. This intro really reminded me of United in Grief off of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, the way the intro really introduces all the ideas the album will be talking about. A synth-heavy rage-influenced trap beat hits the stage on the second self-titled track, Casino. He jumps in the track with a mean flow that really makes you realize that Baby Keem is finally back. This track highlights the current lifestyle of Keem and has one of the hardest beat switches I've heard in a while from a modern hip-hop album. The sample used in the second half here really reminds me of the Tim Burton movie soundtrack. He continues to absolutely murder this track, showing off his rapping capabilities, and even continues to vent on his grandmother's passing and recent life events that have really shaped him. This track is absolutely insane. This is exactly what I wanted to hear coming out of this album. The absolute energy on this track is crazy, and I love the way it ends with the slapping bass and the beat dissolving into just his voice with a background vocal. Birds and the Bees brings a cool groovy beat with a cool electronic lead and the baby sounding voice many fans definitely wanted to hear again. The background vocals on this really complement the strong but simplistic beat. I love the way the bass hits on this one. The performance isn't anything insane, but it's overall a good track that is very enjoyable. It's definitely not a standout for me, but it's a good track overall. Good Flirts opens with a jazzy instrumental and some really unusual singing from Keem. This is something I don't think we've ever seen Keem do, and he hits this really nice, it works really well, and it flows really nicely into Momo Boyd's vocals as well. This isn't exactly what I thought this track would sound like when I saw the Kendrick Lamar feature, but I was pleasantly surprised by the direction this track presented. Although I wasn't too fond of the Kendrick verse, I can't even lie. He didn't really bring out any memorable bars besides the Young Thug one, and if he started with a nice flow or sex on the song for me, he would just ruin it with his freakiness. I do like the response elements in this feature though. They remind me of his feature on Mona Lisa with Lil Wayne, but this song's just cool overall. I don't think it's what people really wanted to hear, but I'm still a fan overall, and the elements presented in it are cool. House Money has a cool slow sample that as soon as I heard, I knew he would absolutely flow. And that wasn't even wrong. Before the actual beat even comes in, he's building up his presence very well, and I love the performance on this one. His flow and the engaging vocals really drive you into it, and we hear some surprise ad-libs from Kendrick on this one, and he gets his own verse about halfway through the song. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like this one either. I don't like how he came on the track, and I did like when his voice flew into the harmonizing of everything, but I feel like as well the second Keem verse was a little bit underwhelming compared to what we hear at the start of the track and the build up overall. But overall, it's a cool song, I enjoyed it. It's just, I overall expected more, I'd say. I'm Not A Lyricist really caught my attention with his percussion-based drums and engaging piano beat. When he hops on this track, it really reminded me of an André 3000 verse. He's absolutely spitting on this track, talking about his early life and getting into music, as well as who this song is dedicated to. He really talks about his whole family and their characteristics on this one, which I thought was super special and vulnerable for him. He's also telling us at the same time he's not a lyricist, and this isn't what he normally focuses on. Some beautiful harmonizing carries this song into its second act with some of my favorite Baby Keem vocals, especially how this track ends with the fast-paced flow and his vocal inflections. It really reminded me of André 3000. Sex Appeal has an incredibly groovy beat with some fun, playful lyrics and a simple but effective flow due to the vocal inflections. I love the sample chop on this, and it really brings you into the percussion and production. And wow, the singing Keem is really hard. The concept of the song didn't really interest me too much at first, but it's so groovy that you really just can't not enjoy it. Too Short delivers a really nice flow and a vibe to this track as well. His voice really reminded me of Chance the Rapper here, and the bass on that song is really weird. I just love the way it's engineered. Highway 95 Part 2, the follow-up to the 2021 Melodic Blue song, serves as a really good follow-up to the original with better lyricism and a really nice piano-based beat. The sample on this is a lot more subtle than all the other songs, but when it comes in, it really shows how important it is. The song reflects on his childhood and growing up and hitting the highway out of there. Although a good engaging song with some great lyricism elements, the production falls a little flat for me here. Not that it's bad or anything, I just don't really see myself coming back to this track again. I love how it fades out though at the end. Circus Circus Freestyle brings the energy instantly with the engaging flow and vocals with a menacing build-up. The way both these elements combine, you can really just tell this song's about to slap you in the face. Before you know, the beat is about to drop and you're interrupted by a slot machine spinning, and a loud and impactful beat switch hit you in the face. This really did for me. This is absolutely beautiful. The energy on this track is awesome, and he really sounds like Kendrick on this one. The beat really builds for him too, and the bars on this are probably the most fun and listenable on the whole entire album. And it's really just a whole track of him flowing and showing his rapping abilities, which I absolutely love. This is definitely one of my favorite tracks on the album, and it's just straight energy for the full 5 minutes, so you gotta love it. Dramatic Girl takes a dramatically different approach, kind of reminding me of some Dominic Fike type shit. A really good, cool, groovy, non-problematic, like summer type vibe song, I'd say. The singing and flow on this is just so fun and uplifting. There's nothing really to not like about it. Che Ekuru, I think that's how you say it, really also complements his song, and his voice fits the instrumental really well. Here's a cool addition overall, and this is literally just like such a fun track. I love it. No Blame starts with a really punchy kick and some James Blake-out vocals in the background. Honestly, it might be sampled from him, I have no clue. But the piano and a punchy kick is an interesting combination, but it works well together and it's a cool contrast, especially based on the concept he's talking about on this track, where he doesn't blame his mom for any of the wrong she's done, because at the end of the day, it's still his mom and she did all he could for him. This is a beautiful outro to the album, and in the background for the last 45 seconds, someone saying "I Run Away." I believe that to be JID, and his ad-lib here, or I guess you could call it just a background vocal, works really well as an addition. I like it a lot. And the track overall ends with a really cool synth work and some nice choice on letting the instrumentals run until the chorus of them has finished. So the sound gets dismissed and it fades out, and overall, a great outro to this album. Now overall, is this what I expected from Baby Keem? Absolutely not. Did I enjoy it a lot, and do I believe this is a beautiful step for his career? Definitely. He really proves himself as a lot more than just an entertainer, more highlighting his lyricism and storytelling ability, while also making a really engaging, cohesive project that has a lot of cool soundscapes. Let me know if y'all thought this album was worth 5 years. Honestly, I think it was. It was a really big step in everything he's done. And let me know what other music commentaries you want me to play, other music commentaries you want me to talk about, whether that be artists or songs that are coming out, and what games you want me to play in the background. That's gonna be all. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.